When we talk about LLC lines of credit and Bank of America, you have a wonderful combination because here you have a national bank and you have a bank that has the balance sheet that you need to actually get an LLC line of credit with a very high amount. In other words, with Bank of America, there is no limit, literally, to how much you can get, as long as you have the right financials and you have the right relationship with the institution. So I want to quickly do a review for you here, and I want to give you all the tips and tricks that you need to have if you want to succeed in your application for an LLC line of credit from Bank of America. So one thing I want to say here is that if you want to go with Bank of America, you have to be either an established business or a small business or startup, but with a strong relationship with the bank. Okay, because Bank of America, they actually value relationships so much. They even have a program that is meant to reward relationships. So they call it the Advantage Program, the Business Advantage Program. Okay, and if you want to have the goal here is that you want to try to become a preferred rewards member, so you can actually take advantage of discounts, but also have preferential treatments when it comes to business lines of credit, but also business loans in general. Okay. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. I really appreciate having you here. In today's convo, I'm quickly just walking you through an ALC line of credit program at Bank of America, how this could actually benefit you. So let me quickly go through the pros and cons of this program. The pros: you have several types of business loans available beside business lines of credit. So for your LLC, of course, you have competitive interest rates. There is a preferred rewards program that can actually offer lower interest rates for your LLC. You have other specialized commercial real estate, equipment, and healthcare practice financing. So again, this is the diversity I'm talking about. You have fee discounts available for veteran-owned businesses. And Bank of America is available in all 50 states. So this is a true national player. We love that a lot. And they do offer promotion discounts and competitive rates. And what about the cons? Now, sometimes they might ask you, depending on the state you're actually applying from, they might actually ask you to have multiple years in business. Okay, you may need to visit a Bank of America branch or actually schedule a phone appointment to apply. Okay, and a personal guarantee may be required in some situations. Okay, so overall, this is a great institution. Let me give you the approach you need to really have if you are trying to have an LLC business line of credit from Bank of America. It's really important to understand that Bank of America is a national player. So this is established, which means that ideally you want to go to a branch, because chances are in your vicinity, in your neighborhood, you might have a Bank of America branch. So if you have to choose between apply online or going to speaking to a live person, our advice, based on 35 years of experience in this business, is that you always win if you are talking face to face to a banker before actually applying. Okay. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's conversation. The topic we are addressing today is ALC business line of credit from Bank of America. How do you get a fast amount how do you get your line of credit approved real fast? Okay, and it doesn't matter whether you have a poor credit, bad credit, like fair credit. No, what matters the most is your cash inflows and your relationship with Bank of America. Okay, so Bank of America is really great for folks who have established businesses, are current Bank of America customers, and don't need the cash real fast, because this business line of credit, it takes time. It takes about 7 days, because Bank of America, this is just the bureaucracy. There's nothing you can do about it. It's a big bank. So sometimes things can seem a little lethargic. So if you're looking for an emergency business line of credit, it's just better to go elsewhere. Okay. And so Bank of America is really great for you if you want to save money on interest. You are in the healthcare industry, among others, and you currently have some kind of a relationship with Bank of America in terms of their preferred customer relationship. Okay, their preferred customer program, rather. Now, who Bank of America is not really right for. In other words, you will not love Bank of America in terms of their ALC business line of credit if you just want great customer service. Don't get me wrong, Bank of America is great, but their customer service sometimes could be improved. Okay, It's a large bank that has suffered some reputational issues in the past, and they're still working on it. But if you really need, let's say you need impeccable customer service, or you want a merchant, let's say you want a merchant cash advance, for example, or invoice financing, this bank is not going to help you. Let's really go into the overview so we have a clear understanding of what type of LLC, business lines of credit, the Bank of America offers. Okay. One thing I want to say here is that the LLC program at Bank of America is very diverse, very diversified. Okay. And they can actually package your LLC business line of credit the way you want it. Bank of America will work with you to make sure you get your financing done in the way that you want to structure it. In addition to LLC business lines of credit, they also have a constellation of LLC business loans and other funding programs. For example, they have secured and unsecured term loans. They have secured and unsecured lines of credit. Of course, they have business auto loans. They have equipment financing. They have commercial real estate loans. They have franchise financing. They have healthcare practice loans. Okay, so you can see that the plate is really full here. Okay. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you once again, because I love to contextualize the conversation we're having. I'm talking to you about LLC business lines of credit from Bank of America. How do you actually get it real quick? Okay, no matter your credit, by the way. So the thing is, when we talk about a business line of credit from Bank of America, you are speaking about a minimum amount of $25,000. So it starts at $25,000 and goes up. Now there are fees, though. There are some fees that actually are inherent with this LLC line of credit. So from $25,000 to $100,000, you have to pay $150. Okay, and from $250,000 all the way to from $100,000 to $250,000, you have to pay $250 in fees. Above $250,000, you have to pay 0.5% of the credit line amount. Okay, so this is just another way Bank of America is trying to make money off of you. I mean, it's worth it though, because to process a business line of credit, it takes time. It takes human resources, and the bank has to monetize this operation. Otherwise, they won't be in business in the first place. Okay, and so obviously, the way they will set up your LLC business line of credit is that they will have revolving terms with annual renewal. So they're not renewing this like every quarter or every 6 months, as some banks will do. They will renew this every year. Now, here is the decision I really want you to pay attention to. Now, the thing here is that if you are looking for an LLC business line of credit, as I said before, Bank of America can actually structure the deal in a way that actually that is favorable to your business. Okay, and they do this customarily. They do it all the time. So this won't be the first time they're doing this. Okay, but they look at a couple of things. First of all, they look at your sector. So they look at what we call exogenous factors. So for them to actually, because see, you can actually just get an unsecured business line of credit, or you can get something else. For them to do something else for you, you got to meet certain criteria. So they will look at your the exogenous factors in your industry. Exogenous, in other words, external factors, right? So they'll look at the state of the economy, the trends in your industry, and your competitive stature. Like, are you a market leader? Are you a trailblazer? Are you a laggard? Where does your business fit? Where does your LLC fit in on the competitive landscape? They also pay attention to what we call endogenous factors, internal factors, right? Your financials, your operations in general. Okay, have you have any issues with the law? Like, is your business legit? And has your business is your business like on the list for some kind of regulatory penalty, whatever? So they look at the risk. This is called risk management, risk analysis, credit risk analysis. And so once you pass all that, if your LLC passes muster, then Bank of America will actually listen to you and really package a deal for you. So for example, if you're looking for an LLC business line of credit, they can actually transform an equipment loan into an equipment business line of credit for your LLC. If your LLC is in the healthcare sector, they will actually create for you a healthcare practice line of credit, because they do have healthcare practice loans anyway. I'm talking about they will target like physicians, vets, and dentists. Okay, and they could also give you an LLC business line of credit for your commercial real estate operations. So instead of giving you a loan, they will convert the loan into a line of credit. So you have it on a revolving basis as opposed to on an installment, basis. Let me give you a few pro tips to kind of help you solidify your understanding of an LLC business line of credit from a Bank of America, and how do you actually play the game correctly. You need to understand that Bank of America is a great bank. We've said this before, and there are certain areas where they actually stand out. Okay, for example, the variety of loan options. This is really fantastic. Like when you think about the loan options they have, it's just fantastic. They have like many loan options, many line of credit options. Okay, you also have discounts and rewards available. And the cool thing here is that the discounts and rewards available are there for their preferred rewards for business program members. So it's a long term here, but the bottom line here is that they are just rewarding their preferred customers. Okay. You also have competitive rates and terms. The cool thing about having a bank that has the financial heft, that has the balance sheet of Bank of America, is that they have access to cash. And because they have access to cash, they can actually lend to you at very preferential terms. So this is a good thing if you are looking for a sizable LLC business line of credit. Okay, so Bank of America also shines when it comes to membership perks. Okay, there's no fee to join, and once you are eligible, all you have to do is enroll through the Bank of America website. So, okay, here I'm talking about their preferred rewards for business program. Okay, to join that program, you will need an active Bank of America business checking account, 3-month combined average daily balance of $20,000 or more in qualifying Bank of America business deposit accounts and or Merrill business investment accounts. Okay, so this is really what it is. And if you want to get a business line of credit from Bank of America, try to be part of their business rewards program. This will be very, very helpful to you. Where, in our view, does Bank of America fall short? Okay, now the thing is that Bank of America is really kind of hard. Like the application process is hard to qualify for your LLC. So, for example, they might ask you, because they run those programs, those line of credit programs, based on the state your LLC is located in. Okay, like one state they might have a very lenient criteria, and in the next state they might have very complicated criteria. So you have a slow application process also, and also the limited information available online by the line of credit. Let me give you a bonus here so you can deepen your understanding of this program at Bank of America. So the thing here is that if you're trying to have this LLC business line of credit from Bank of America, the requirements are very simple. They want you to be in business for 2 years or more, and they want you to have annual revenue of $250,000 or more. And but again, these requirements, they can actually revise them downward if you have a relationship with them. Okay, and if you want to apply for a business line of credit for your LLC at Bank of America, make sure you have your LLC name, address, and phone number. You need to have your EIN, the nature of your LLC, the date of establishment, number of employees, the annual net profit, and annual gross sales. So we have a revenue and net income, and list of outstanding debt obligations if applicable. Okay, now you might, as the founder of this LLC or as the owner of the LLC, also provide your name, date of birth, residential address, your social security number or passport number, and country of issuance, country of citizenship and country of residence, percentage of ownership, okay, personal income, residential status, rent or own, and monthly housing payment. You need to also remember that Bank of America is really great, but they're not the only player in this field, right? There are other players that might actually help you out. So if your LLC business line of credit is not approved at Bank of America, you can try, for instance, Credibility Capital. That's another player, wonderful player. You can try American Express Business Blueprint. Okay, you can also try On Deck. You can try you can try a lot of them. Okay, but it's always important to keep in mind that you have options. Okay, and the bottom line is you also want to see whether or not within Bank of America itself, the business line of credit for your LLC is the best product, or maybe you want to go with a term loan for your LLC, or a secure line of credit, a secure term loan, or a commercial real estate loan, okay, or an equipment loan, or a healthcare practice loan, or an SBA loan, by the way. So you do have options. That's the main point. You do have options. So how do you actually qualify for a Bank of America business line of credit for your LLC? First of all, you got to have a decent credit score, okay? We're speaking about 600. So Bank of America, based on our experience, and we have extensive experience dealing with this bank, if you have 600 to start with, you will be good to go, okay? Whether you're applying for a business, like a pure business line of credit, or you just you just happen to be trying to somebody who's doing stuff on the side, okay? The time in business is important. Bank of America wants you to have 2 years, but they can waive that, as I just said. They can waive that, not a problem. It's all about how you actually approach the whole situation, okay? Annual revenue can be revised downward. I said $250,000, which is about 20 grand, more than 20 grand a month. But this can be revised downwards, not a problem if you have the right relationship with Bank of America, okay? And to apply for a business line of credit for your LLC at Bank of America, make sure that you have everything, including your name, tax ID number of employees, annual gross sales or revenue, and net profit, okay? So this is it. I mean, once you have all these things, you should be good to go. It's really important to understand that for your LLC business line of credit to be dispersed real fast, you got to provide the information, because Bank of America, like the bank, is already known for dragging its feet when it comes to approving, approving you or approving other individuals, other businesses. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you have the required paperwork before doing anything. That way, when you apply, you save time, because if Bank of America has to get back to you, because usually what they do is they have a 3-phase process. When you first deposit, let's say when you first drop the paperwork at your nearest branch, they will first review everything. So they have an underwriting team internally that will review everything. And if they found inaccuracies or inconsistencies, they will send it right back, or they will just deny the application. Then you have the second layer, which is your editor. So your editor, really, like what I'm trying to say here is that you have to be sure that you are, if you want to get an LLC business line of credit for Bank of America, that you are basically in the right branch, with the right underwriter. Okay, make sure that you are able to be clear about what type of what type of line of credit you need, and for what. This is really important. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just quickly talking to you about LLC business lines of credit from Bank of America, and I give you the approach. First, I give you the review, the approach, the overview, the decision, the pro tips you need to think about, the bonus, and the steps you need to follow. Thank you. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.